Now, a criminal defense attorney and former LA County prosecutor, Josh Ritter, joining us. So, Josh, what is your reaction to this horrific murder and the fallout surrounding it?
Yeah, that's exactly the way you have to describe it, is as horrific. You know, people get caught up in the criminal justice system, and I'm talking about those who have mental issues or anger issues, and it's really the system that they're angry at, right? But the system doesn't have a face. There's no person to attach to the system. So they start looking at the judge. Well, it must be the judge who's the person who's really harming me here, the person who wants to send me to prison, who wants to take away my firearm, who wants to take away my freedom. Or it's the DA, he must be it. Or, and I've experienced this as well, it's the defense attorney. They're the ones who are somehow ruining my life. And it's really their own problems of their own making, but they have no one else to lash out against. I think it's too long for us to have not done something like this, like the legislation they're talking about to protect these public servants in particular.
And sadly, Josh, we are seeing the impacts, the safety implications of this. But I want to ask you also if there are other implications in terms of outcomes, judicial outcomes. Do you believe that there are cases that prosecutors don't pursue because they are afraid for their own safety or their family's safety? Do you think that happens in our criminal justice system?
I don't think it happens that they don't pursue it. I know when I was in the office as a prosecutor, there were times where we certainly took our safety seriously, where we thought about security, where we were trying to make sure that the people involved in a certain type of case, you might be dealing with, you know, a gang case where you know that there's people out there who might be watching you and where you go park your car and where you headed. Do you head home the same way every single day? But the job has to be done. And that's why, as Judge Ashley was pointing out, that this is kind of, these people are taking on a public servant's job, and there's some courageousness attached to that to be able to do your job without having those outside factors like fear for your own safety play any role in your decision making.
All right. Josh Ritter, former prosecutor and current criminal defense attorney, thanks so much for joining us from LA with your insight. And of course, we're going to catch up with you in a bit. But for right now, let's turn our attention back to the Beauty Queen murder trial. In Georgia versus Ryan Duke, the defendant's own uncle has become a key witness. Let's go back into court for the cross-examination of Jerry Williams.